up, guys? Welcome to With All Due Respect, your podcast show for the GFW. Thank you so much for tuning in with us today. Man, we got a hell of a show to break down for you, a great pay-per-view to look forward to. But before we even get there, let me welcome in my co-host, as always, Mr. Ebarb. How you doing today, bud?
I am tired, man. I just got off of work a little while ago. Been running around all day.
It's the life of a working man. So,
Yes.
let's jump into it. We had a great viewing party the other night. It was actually really, really good. We didn't have a ton of us. I think there was like 4 or 5 of us, and then it kind of dwindled down as the night went on. But we got to sit and watch the show. That Sync website that we've been using just works perfectly. But we all got to see the show. Lots of comments. Nobody's leaving comments, so I'm still pushing you guys. I want you to leave your comments either on the YouTube page or on the blog page, which you see right now. If you go to the very bottom of the page, you hit click to comment, and you can go ahead and leave your comments. I'll do mine here after the show is over today. But tell me what you think. What did you think about the show overall as a whole?
Man, I love the show. I thought all the matches were great. Um, the characters, are looking better and better every match. The match play is looking better and better every match. So, all in all, I give this one a good solid 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I thought it was a good show. I think it was one of our better shows that we've released recently. I think guys are starting to put forth a little bit more effort. The one little thing is that the show was almost perfectly edited together, but I had one little hiccup because I was waiting on somebody to send me something. I was trying to do other things, and then I just got all kind of lost. So because of that, I can't take things late anymore. Maybe every now and then I can make like a special circumstance, but most of the time, if it's not in by the deadline, and I think I'm super lenient on the deadline, especially for this pay per view that's coming up, it just won't make the show because I'm actually going to be in Chicago trying to edit the show together for work, and so because of that, stuff has to be in on time. If stuff is not in on time, then I'm just not going to be able to get it to you. So please, please, please get your stuff in on time. I want to make sure that everything gets put on the show. But overall, I thought that this was a really good show. This was, a solid B plus show. And then we had our first 5-star match, which I'm sure you're itching to talk about. But before we get there, what was probably the one tip that you would give about the whole show that you think we could do just a little bit better on?
I think we need to watch our entrances and our videos. So a lot of guys that are coming in, they a lot of these new guys still don't know yet, which I'm going to say it now. Um, Go in and turn your Titantron off. That gets rid of the WWE logo on the background of your video. Also, turn your commentators off.
Yeah.
Um, that way, we have our own commentators for the show, and this way we don't have Michael Cole's annoying voice in the
Yeah.
background of our matches. Um, entrances all look good. Matches are coming out good. Like I said, but those are my things. Like I kind of nitpick at these things.
Well, we
Um,
have to, right? If we're going to be
yeah,
better, we have to
definitely,
nitpick them.
definitely. I got chewed out this week because I don't capitalize my eyes apparently.
You did get chewed out, but it was a
So,
loving chew out. You're my
uh,
brother,
what?
man. I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's annoying to fix your stupid eyes every time. But you're
But
doing, I will say, you're doing much better with the grammar and the sentence structure. It's like I'm having to fix it less and less and less. So that's a good thing.
yeah. But that's the little things that I notice. Just little nitpicks like that.
Yeah, I think my only nitpick is just get your stuff in on time. I feel like I had to beg for role plays. Like Ebar, myself, and Dawson seem to carry this show when it comes to role plays, which is fine. But I think that I want to see more stuff. Like it just doesn't. It takes like 10 minutes. Like put forth 10 minutes of effort. That's why you're here. Put forth the 10 minutes of effort. Give us some good role plays. I want to see some role plays from you. And I did beg a little bit, and I did get some stuff from some of you, and it was great. It's that's all we're asking for is a little bit of effort. Get me a role play to make these shows really, really good. That's my only nitpick. So I'm not going to let you go next because I know what you're going to go to, but I want to talk about like the best matches of the night. So on this card overall, we had some really really good matches. I want to say we had the backstage brawl. We had some tournament matches. So the backstage brawl was Dawson and Pizza So Dustin White and Jack Thunder, the backstage. I mean, that was the backstage brawl, and that was the for the. It's just like a hardcore type of match, just like something different and something unique. And you know what? Um, Jack Thunder did a great job of role playing like what that was all about, like trying to make it make sense. It was really, really, really good. And then we had Aiden versus Captain, which turned out to be a match that's setting up for the pay per view, which is going to be our first U.S. title match at the pay per view between those two. That was a really good match. We had a couple rookie tournament matches, so Tex versus J Mac. That was the one that I know you're going to go to, and you should. It was our first ever 5-star match. It was a really, really good match. And then we also had Dirk versus what's his name? Crap,
Jay Logan.
Stigma. What's his name?
Jay Logan.
Jay Logan. That's right. Against Jay Logan. That was actually a really good match that Jay made a comeback, and I thought was going to sneak that away from him. So there was some really, really good matches, and we actually moved our card around. The main event was supposed to be Aiden versus Captain, but that 5-star match was so good, we moved that to there. I know that you're going to talk about it, as you should, but I also really, really liked the backstage brawl. I thought those two guys worked really well together. Um, Again, we're always going to have little glitches with the game with those types of matches, but overall, they role played it out. I wish I would have heard from Dustin. Calling Dustin out, with all due respect, that's the name of the show. With all due respect, Dustin, I love you, but you didn't role play, but that very little bit, and then you didn't role play at all after your backstage brawl. So I wanted to hear from Dustin. Hopefully, we'll hear from him after it's over. I'm kind of picking at people to kind of help me one of the neat things that at the end of the show we closed it off with more stuff may still happen after the show goes off the air. So what I'm hoping is that we'll have a little footage that we can represent at the very beginning of the pay per view of like this is what happened when the show went off of the air. So just some neat stuff is happening. But talk about your match, first 5-star match. Congratulations, you got the win with Tex. Talk about your match.
That match was probably the funnest match I've played since being back on. Um, it had everything I could have wanted in that kind of match. Not gonna lie, I was very scared for that match because for a little while it was, it had me on the edge of the seat, literally. Um, but me and Jay, I mean, we were able to kick out of pretty much every pinfall. Uh, we really did a good job on play wise, how to play. It was awesome. I loved it. Everything came out beautifully on it. There was great reversals. There was great finishers hit. It came out to be it deserved to be a 5-star match. It really did.
Yeah, there's a lot of finishers, a lot of kickoffs, like kickouts, I should say. We were watching it together, and I knew who the winner was because of course I put the match together. But I don't watch the matches on purpose because I want to watch it with everybody, and so I got to experience the match with everybody. And I was like, "There's no way it's over right here." Oh my god, he kicked out. Okay, it's over right here. Oh my god, he kicked out. Oh my god, it's over right here. Oh wait, it can't be over because I actually know who wins. He kicked out, and it's like all of these really great kickouts. And that's impressive because we actually have a rule that makes you set those kickouts pretty low. And so just lots of good stuff overall. Really good show, great watch party. You guys should participate in there. There's a couple of you that I haven't heard from a lot recently. We've had like 7 new guys join recently in the last like week and a half. 3 of them, or 4 of them, I have to hear back by the weekend, or we're going to move on. But the other 3 have gotten approved, or they're in the process of getting themselves approved. So we're going to have a lot of new characters introduced to our community as we move on into the show after the pay per view. A couple that will be on this pay per view. So we got, I think, 5 or 6 matches. We'll look at the card here in a second. Overall, though, really good show. I'm interested in the U.S. title match. I think that we'll introduce a couple new titles here soon. And that rookie match should be a barn burner. I don't know if it'll be another 5-star, instant classic, but it should be a really good match as we get into the pay per view.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm super excited about all the matches that are coming up, even just the regular matches that aren't for titles. Um, Everybody's been doing such a great job. Um, we do have uh, 3 title matches on here. I believe it
Uh,
is.
There's the heavyweight. I think
Yeah.
there's four. There's the heavyweight. There's the rookie, the hardcore, and the U.S. So there's four.
Yeah, four. So all four titles will be defended, uh, which is kind of cool for me because out of those four, I'm in three of those matches.
You are.
So and that's not because me and you run this thing and set the matches up. It's because I busted my butt to make sure I got in those
100%.
matches.
I
You
was
know,
pulling for Tex to lose because I wanted to see the two guys who are supposed to be together have to fight each other for the championship. But you earned it. You earned your way through this.
yeah, totally. I think they would have been a great match also. Um, So if Tex wins both his matches, he's going to be our first ever rookie and our first ever two title holder at one time.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of firsts that are going to happen on this pay per view. You've also got
And brand new championships. So
yeah,
there's brand new titles that are being unveiled at the pay per view. All the titles have been redesigned. And there's actually another four titles that we're not, or three titles that we're not using that are still waiting for us. So tag team will probably be next. Cruiserweight after that. Oh, and then there's an intercontinental title if we ever get that big, and then there's also a women's title if we ever do a women's division.
yeah, and for that, I'm not gonna lie, I've already kind of made me a woman.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've kind of started planning ahead on things like that, but there's so many firsts that can happen on this card. If Dustin wins, Dustin will be the first person to hold the title in both the leagues we started.
Yeah, he would be.
So that's going to be something that's pretty cool to me also. Um, so it seems like to me what's going to happen at this if everything goes according to plan is like you're going to now have the Guns for Hire holding two of the main titles.
Yep, maybe so.
How is the club gonna affect with that? How are they gonna like it? What's gonna happen? So there's so much stuff that's gonna build at this pay per view, and I can't wait for it.
Let's run through the card real quick. Card number 35. Actually, should be 36 because I messed that up. So it should actually be 36. It's Michael Mercer versus Blake Saban. That should be a good one. There's two brand new rookies. They both have great looks. We've been working on bios, so like the bios and the webpage will be all updated here soon. If you don't have a bio, get me a bio posted. There's still some question marks on a few like finishers and signatures. You guys help me fill those in. I've been bugging you about them because I want to get those in. So that's match number one. Match number two, Jay Logan versus Jay Max. So the two Jays are facing off. They both lost in the rookie tournament. Out of these two matches, we're going to start to see like some next number one contenders kind of float to the top there. Then you got the rookie championship match. It's going to be a ladder match, so that title will be hanging from the top of the arena. Tex versus Derek DeMoise. That should be a really, really great match that we've already talked about. Right after that, Mr. Tex has to do a quick turnaround. He's going to wipe his brow, and then out comes the Hardcore Championship with Jack Thunder as the champion and a hardcore match against Tex. So Tex is going to have his handful. I hope that we even see Tex maybe probably start with a little less stamina than probably before. And then you
Yeah,
have Aiden Steele versus Captain Alex in the U.S. Championship match. That should be a really, really good one between two guys that have a good feud going on here. And then finally, you're going to have the Dustin White versus Cactus Gage match. And this is going to be a false count anywhere. So Cactus missed the contract signing. Dustin got his false count anywhere match. And so for the GFW championship, it'll be a falls count anywhere match with Dustin White. And it should be great. We will move this card around and put matches kind of where they should fit when it comes to the championship matches. The best championship match is going to go at the end of the card. We'll save it. So I'm pushing you guys to do that. We've been pushing. Put in extra effort into your attire. Put in extra effort into your entrance. I know Dustin White, Tex, Aiden, Cactus, all of us have been working on our entrances for like the last 4 weeks. I know that mine's been done a couple of different times. I like redone it a couple of different times. So look, put in the effort, make it special, make it some special role plays. This probably won't be a super role play heavy, but if you're brand new, if you're Michael Mercer, if you're Blake Saban, if you're Jay Logan, if you're Jay Mack, I want to hear from you. Like there should be something with your character to start give us an idea of who he is and what he's all about. And I want to hear from them. So, look, that's the challenge, right? Put in the extra effort, put it in, and let's see what you got.
Yeah, definitely. There's just little things you can do. Have your guys that are about to go out and fight each other meet backstage in the locker room and just talk it out with each other. Let us know that we know who's going to be the face and who's going to be the heel from the get go. Like, there's so much you can do where you can just walk up to somebody, bump into them by accident, and just say my bad, and then just go from there. Um, it's super easy to do things. If you think it sounds stupid or it reads dumb, send it to me or Nate or Dustin or Pizza, and we'll read over it with you. And we'll be like, oh yeah, maybe you should change this here or change this like this. We have no problem helping you guys out at all.
Yeah, and,
Um,
and I think like there's cut scenes, like you said. You could
yeah,
also do like the backstage thing, but wear a casual attire and go into an office and like edit it up to where it looks like you guys are in an office talking. Like there's you could do like the backstage entrance where the 18 wheeler and stuff is, and like make it look like you guys meet up there, and then cut scene to a role play. Like there's a zillion different ways that you could do this with just very little effort.
Yeah, there really is. And the game will pretty much do everything for you guys. If y'all want to do a cutscene, all you do is you pick the arena and your two people, and it all does the rest. And then all you got to do is record it and then edit it in wherever you want, or just send it to me or Nate, and we can set it up for you.
And
You
there's
know?
there's a resource thread that I started with a zillion things from editing software to music to the link where it shows you every cutscene, so you don't have to sit there and go through them. Like we've made this as easy as possible for you. I made videos teaching you how you can edit stuff, and so it's super easy. You just got to be willing to put forth the effort and actually make it happen.
Yeah. I mean, this thing's only gonna grow as fast and as big as we can make it if everybody helps out.
Well,
So it can't just be three or four of us out of 10 that is doing everything, because they're only going to know those three or four or six characters. If you have two characters, they're not going to know anybody else.
yep. This show is due on the 26th, so Monday, um, February 26th. I'll actually be home for a couple of days, working from home after I get back from Chicago. So I will be around to do some last minute stuff, but I'm actually going to start getting most of my stuff done today. I'm looking to. I'll just say this: I'm attempting to not only with my character and with these great matches, but I think there'll be some surprises. So if you've got some ideas that you've been working on, like I want to try this, or I want to start this fracture, I want to do this, or I want to try this, or I want to start this feud, like a pay per view is a great place to do that. Again, there's just a zillion different ways that you can do it. I want to ask you, what match are you looking forward to the most?
I am looking forward to uh, probably you and Dustin's match. I really want to watch that match, and because we have us three have started these things together
Yeah,
and gone through it, and so out of everybody in here besides Dirk and Jay, we probably all know each other the best.
yeah,
And when we started this league, this one, we had different rules in place than what we have now and how we play. So it screwed my play way up of how I used to play, because I like to be fast paced and constantly moving. In our old way, it wasn't like that. So it took me a while. But Dustin, he adapted to both ways. And so when it comes to him and you and me, we kind of know each other the best. So I feel like y'all's match is going to be the one that's gonna really have a lot more pizzazz
yeah.
and stuff to it. So that's what I'm excited about.
I think that I don't know. There's a lot of really good matches. I'm super interested in the four rookies that are going to be fighting in like the undercard, just because they have an opportunity, right, to blow us away, like to steal the show, and that's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting you guys to give us a hell of a match and really make this worth watching. I think if I had to pick one, I'm not going to pick Dustin and myself, even though I think that'll be a great match. I think that Aiden Steele, Captain Alex, is going to be outstanding. I just think that those are two fun characters. Aiden, of course, wants to be in the championship run and still has that opportunity to prove that he deserves to be in there. But at the same time, he's had a hard time getting around Captain Alex. But he's on a roll lately. He beat Captain, and so he's earned this title shot. This should be a really fun one between two guys who Aiden hates facing against Captain, and just it should just be a really fun match. I'm hoping that that ends up being a 5 star also because I think that those two just mix well together. Um, it'll either be a blowout or it's going to be a really tight match. There's very few like in between situations, so I'm hoping that it'll be a really tight match between those two. But um, the rookie championship would be fun too. I don't know that. I think Dirk and Jay Mac will be like very similar to the same types of players, and you were able to beat Jay, and he. I don't know. It's hard to say because he was like spot on in kickouts, but so were you. And if you just
Yeah.
miss one of those kickouts, it's game over, right? And
Yeah.
you were spot on, and so I don't know. It just should be a really great card. I'm excited. It'll be our first card with 6 matches also.
And the thing with that match also, you got to realize that Tex has beat Dirk in the past.
Yeah, yes.
So, this Dirk,
I
is
think
he
his
coming back
first
for
match here.
revenge? Yeah, I think it was like his first or second match. So
It should be
it,
good. It should
it
just
will
be
be.
really good. And then I'll just kind of say this too. Look, people are watching us, bro. I am getting hammered on PSN with messages about our league, about what we do. All of our videos are getting watched, all of our threads. Like, I advertise the hell out of us. Our community as a whole is growing. Like, we've added 20 new members, whether it's Fortnite, NASCAR, here at the GFW, whether it's the Madden leagues. Like, we've added a lot of people. So there are a lot of eyes on us, and um, I want that to be a good thing. Like, I want us, like, we've created this really neat thing here in the community, like that started with my Madden League of just like a real brotherhood where we all like really like each other as humans, and we get to play games and have a good time, and that has bled over into the GFW. That's why I left where I was to come here. Lots of respect for the OCW. I learned a ton there, but I really missed what we had here, and so I feel like we've gotten over that hump. Like, it took so long to get over that hump. We're over that hump. People are watching. People are taking notice, and people are joining up. So, like, now's the time to prove yourself. Like, the people who are going to get the opportunities are not always going to be the people who just win matches. It's going to be the people who win matches and role play and tell good stories and put in effort on their characters and put in effort in their attires and put in effort in their entrances, right? Like,
Yeah.
that is who the booking committee is going to say, you know what, this dude deserves an opportunity because he's putting in the time, the energy, and the effort.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we don't just sit there and just go, okay, this person, this person, or this person. We actually talk about all of our matches before we do it, and we talk about what type of matches we think they should go into and do. So I don't want anybody to just sit there and be like, oh, well, they're running the thing. It's always their guys are at the top. It's our guys are at the top right now because we're constantly doing stuff and we're constantly
Yeah.
proving ourselves. It's there's a few guys that have tried to RP, and then there's a few that it's like pulling teeth with.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, I don't want y'all to get upset at us because of that, but at the same time, I really don't care, to be honest,
No,
because we're doing everything that we can do.
it's hard to believe, but I realized that like you got me into this, right? Like you and I, you know,
Yeah,
I was your youth pastor, all that stuff, but we've really become brothers, and it's been just I'm blessed to have just a close relationship with you, and we've always been gamers. It's always been my hobby. We stay up late. Like you and I pulled many 2, 3 o'clock in the mornings playing racing games and having people over playing wrestling games and all this other stuff. But I realized the other day that you got me into eFeds, right? And creating leagues and doing this. Like, this was something that you and I created. We've been doing this for 3 years now. We did it for a year with the first league. Then you took a 2 year break while I was in the OCW, and now we've been back for going on 8 months or whatever. And so, like, we've been at this for a little while now. We're kind of catching on, and we know like we're doing something different, and that's what I like about it. Like, we have a very unique product, and we have a great community and an atmosphere here as at the grown folks community. So a lot of really good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, I really enjoy talking with a lot of you guys. I do. I enjoy talking to you guys. I enjoy playing matches with y'all. There's certain ones that I feel more of a connection with, but I mean, you guys are freaking amazing. Like, I love playing matches with y'all. I love us when we just sit there and cut up and talk and laugh and everything. And we've got these guys that just came in and we've connected with like right away.
Yeah,
Go Go being one. His
yeah, he's
first
a
day
trip.
in, yeah, dude's a trip. I mean, his first day in, he jumped on with us, and we were sitting there watching the Royal Rumble with him, and we
Yep.
laughed and the whole time. Dirk's another one. I sat there and me and Dirk meshes when he first started. I think for like an hour, hour and a half, and it wasn't nothing to do with wrestling. It was me and him talking about our life and just comparing battle scars that we've
Yeah.
had from wrecks and breaking ankles and all that. So I really enjoy talking to everybody. It's really fun, and I enjoy it all the way through.
Yeah, tons of fun stuff. Even as we're talking, I'm getting PSN messages about guys asking about our community. So, look, lots of good stuff. We've challenged you. Here's the other idea I'm going to toss out there before we wrap up the show. The idea has been tossed about guys creating their call Twitter. So, a Twitter just about their call and having like some back and forth. Now, I've started creating. I'm not going to do these for every card, but for pay per views, I'll do them some like really cool match cards and the bios that I'm working with. So, look, I'm putting in the effort to up our game on our website. But if you guys want to do that, if you want to create a call Twitter account, make sure you follow Grown Folks OC so that I can follow you back and retweet your stuff. But I think it would be neat to have some like banter back and forth about championships and stuff. Cactus Gage might get one. It's just hard. I've got my personal Twitter. I've got the Grown Folks Twitter. Then I'd have to have a cactus and a captain. Like that would be pretty tough to do. Maybe I just do a club Twitter. We'll see how that works out. But lots of fun stuff. You'll get you get more out of this the more you put into it. And so, if you want your title shot, you want your title opportunities, you want to push, then show us that you're willing to put in the effort and get your stuff. Again, I know there's a lot of new people here. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, Grown Folks OC, on YouTube, Grown Folks Online Community, on Twitch, Grown Folks OC. Our website is grownfolksoc.com. I've tried to do a better job as new people join about explaining who we are as a league and then who we are as a community, right? Because that can be confusing sometimes. But the website is where you should post all your stuff. You should post your bios on the website. You should be posting your finisher and signature, your quiz, like all that should be posted on the website so that we can approve it and look at it. And then if you went to Grown Folks Ostley /GFW, you would see our webpage, which I'll kind of go to right now since we're just sitting here talking. This needs to be updated, and I'm working on it. I'm creating new graphics and everything, but this is our web page. This is the link on the web page for the GFW, and you can see all the old bios that I have on here. All of this is getting updated. You're gonna have brand new bios, brand new like team Photoshop. The new titles will all be updated. So I'm working on that. But then we also have the blog posts. So when you go to the main website, these are blog posts from all over. So the very first section at the top is every single league, the newest stuff that's posted. The next section is just Madden. So all the Madden leagues that are here, these are all their blog posts. And then the next one's all the other leagues. So the GFW, the FIFA, the Fortnite, the NASCAR, the golf, all those go here, which is mainly going to be the GFW since we make the most content. So, look, go read it, go watch the shows, leave us your comments, watch the podcast, like us, subscribe us, retweet us, man. Help us get our name out there so that we can promote the really great stuff that you guys are creating. Last thoughts, closing thoughts on the pay per view, the last show, show number 34. Was it 34? No, 35.
36. 36.
35 is the last show. 36 is
Yeah.
going to be the pay per view. Give me
Pay-per-view.
just your final thoughts on everything.
So, final thoughts on everything. Like I said, great matches overall. First 5-star match was freaking amazing. On both parts, me and Shada did an amazing job. Um, Dirk's match was awesome. Also, he's always something cool to watch and see flip around there and be the little cruiserweight that he is. Um, then the backstage match was amazing. You got to see a lot of cool stuff, and I'm not gonna lie. The coolest thing about that backstage match I thought was awesome was when he walked into that office and just got Pele'd
Yeah, with the
like out of
briefcase.
nowhere. That was hilarious to me. I laughed the whole time. Uh, and just Cactus jumping everybody. I'm waiting to see this new Cactus come out that you've been talking about. I can't wait. I think it's going to be all great.
Yeah, it'll be cool stuff. Lots of fun stuff. Cactus now has 2 arm sleeve tattoos. You would not believe the countless hours that went into those arm sleeve tattoos. It's stupid how much time I spent on those tattoos. But those are all like custom made by me in Photoshop and then tweaked on the game. So super hard. Last thing before we go, we're going to wrap it up, is if you're new here, not only do you need to get fully approved, you need to have your call uploaded, you need to have your quiz posted, then you need to play your FPR match. Those are the 3 things that need to happen. That can be done with myself. It can be done with Ebarb, or it could even be done with Pizza Roll if you're able to catch him, because his schedule's pretty tight. But those are the 3 things you need to do to be approved, and then you'll get on the next card. Unless you tell me, no, I don't have time for this card. Cards are 10 days long, so you have 10 days to get everything in. You see the deadline for the pay-per-view. I'm challenging you. Last thing is everybody can have 2 call. So we're thinking about a cruiserweight division. To do that, we need more cruiserweights. We've talked about a tag team division. To do that, you guys need to farm teams. I think we're really close in the tag team division. If the 3 new guys that are in here now that need to be approved, if all 3 of them get approved, we'll definitely roll out a tag team title for the next pay per view. So we'll roll out some tag team matches, building all the way up to that pay per view, and then at that pay per view, we'll have a tag team championship match for the first tag team titles. Those things are super sexy, so I want to unveil those. But if you want cruiserweights, if you want to get that intercontinental belt, if you want to get those 2 things introduced, you guys got to make enough calls for us to be able to do that. And I'm having conversations on the side with a lot of you. You're talking about like creating yours and how you're going to introduce them. Have fun with it. Tell great stories, and let's have a good time. So, Ebar, thanks for giving me some of your time on your Saturday. Go relax, enjoy some time with the wife. Let's get these matches in. I'm looking forward to getting mine in with you guys. And we'll see you on the other side, guys. Deuces.
See you guys later.